And I'll finish with a sequence which has had several shapes, but is, I think, perhaps in the final shape, called Translations from Nowhere. And it has an epigraph from Virginio Montale. A hard wind brushed past you, touching your hands, but to no purpose. This was not your card. 1. Surely you were here before, somewhere before you, a goodly earth you'd heard about in stories, a justness that eludes you now, a half-heard song. Who said the word that led you here? What is this knife that cuts and cuts, a radio breaking the distance? Or is it the trees again, how they deliver precise dissections of sky, but never a stillness, always the world, naked as usual, thick with meaning. And now it makes you so weary, how it dissolves like eyes in water, or the trees that sing by the white road, moving and moving their dead branches. Something led you here. It must have grown out of a word, a moment, maybe how the light fell on your hands one evening as they lay, bereft of law, outside you, a tender yellow light without horizon. And you stared at a cup on the table, which was suddenly heavy, the traffic too loud in the twilight, or was it some slow forgetting, a burden that one day filled you with hopelessness you hadn't known was yours until it claimed you, your dumb double grinning as it beckoned you didn't know. And you stumbled into this light, which is like blindness. Someone put the road here, but left it empty. Only the crows are alive, shaking the trees with their heavy ironies. Maybe they watch you idly, but they are going on with their own business, and someone somewhere switches off the radio. 2. I cannot read my heart. It is a reticence on the brink of invasion. The leaves of springtime shiver under a metal sky brushed by wings of wire. Tangled musics, sweeter and more fierce than hands can manage. 3. Because a day is made of such different things, shining and avarice, many possible swords, the dust in my hair and the petals falling from the wet sky. Because every day comes after another day, as if past and future actually exist, and all the people I have been sadly and beautifully dissolved into amber, amber. There is no way back. Deep in the sky, another wound opens. Wars heave their famines over every child, and all the leaves are singing of the strange weather. 4. I score such ripeness as does not come to me easily. Troubled, sat, a thrill of negation opening on plenitude, a blank light shapely in a doorway, held, stilled. Woken, the hard eye that does not blink. Petal skin that ripples under rain. Shivering without expectation towards a tenderly bruised sky, huge and animal and closer as breath made, word and unmade. 5. Whatever drags downward the heart hampers, hands softer than dough may leaven massy weights, O delicate knucklings of love, those confusing perfumes, wafers taken out of the fragrant ovens to be laid on muteness, on whatever starves in crowds of noise, or between walls, neither silent nor friendly, where restless shadows take refuge from themselves, wherever no rains fall. There may the tongue flood and flower, harsh the stone that cracks the seed, harsher the fire, harsher still the heart's voiceless need. 6. Infatuation goes unnoticed. Within the body's ills, evening turns to metaphor. The street is unusually empty. Every weather shines. A name is more than waiting. All silences collude. The slaughterhouse of the psyche rattles its hooks. The mood is blood. An unidentified shape looms in the night watch, ambiguous as a stamen, a face full of fist, gathering up the light. 7. The longed-for is reticent. Shadows of wings or leaves, light on the table. At evening when the heart soars for reasons it cannot know, lips, words, oh nothing, kissing the rim of day with its bright absence. 8. Birds are gathering silently along roof lines, leaping and returning in restless circles. Even such squabbles as entertain them evaporate in the feverish sky. It is as if a doom clouds over them. Inevitable as this soft night, who is a small boy running up the street. When he reaches the end, the game is over. Then lovers leave their blood to cool on the stems of briars. The lame king closes the shutters against the wasteland. Only children remain, listening to the silence, until whatever swells in them bursts open. Will the nightingale spring up, alone over the darkening roof? Will the children speechlessly run through the door? Who is this word which approaches from the white horizon? They cannot tell, longing from dread. 9. You know how the ice breaks almost casually, revealing those black gaps of water that are reflectionless and of unknowable depths. It breaks, and there is nothing to be done. The ice breaks in its own time, according to the secret fractures that were written there when it first formed. It breaks, and the water fountains up, a white disaster, catching the murderous sunlight that has shone so gently for ages now, patiently finding its music, unpicking bitter patterns to their crises, and looking down from these heights, how silent it seems, suddenly a deafness, silent as flowers that open painlessly overnight, their sudden perfume, a pretense at coldness, but nippled in each centre that tender pink, unafraid, and further in something like an eye or a wing, something impossible. 10. An ardour in the wind, flowers thickening into spring, thaws afflict the mind, rivers of disaster. They step thin, lyrical. Out of the birches they stand shining, their footprints dark behind them, breaking the frozen grasses. As if a myth had suddenly spoken, everything went silent. The sun blazed silver, an intensity of motion, the thrill of a knife cutting, then and now, or the sudden fall of a hawk, a shadow lapped and vanishing in water, an eyelid snapping open, dazzled full. Thank you very much.